Hello survivors, I'm the SurvivalVis, and welcome to Carnivores Plus, the next series we're going to be doing here on the SurvivalVis channel. And yes, I actually am the SurvivalVis, as much as all the hair is gone up here and a little neater down here. Basically, summer's kicking into full swing and it is too hot to have too much hair on my head, so that had to go. So what we're going to do today is going to go into Carnivores Plus, show off a little bit, and slowly build up the series and get it started there. I also do want to take a moment to thank you all very much for the feedback and the comments and everything in regards to Fallen Kings and what you basically did help me a lot with the series there. I was feeling like it wasn't really fair to show it off in the sort of, I'm trying to think of the best wording for it, just the current state it was in. So your help and the feedback towards that was very appreciated, and that's why we're going to move on Carnivores Plus. I'm not going to do the, give myself all the points and show everything off in Fallen Kings, just because it feels a little misleading to show off all this stuff at the end game, but cut out the middle and the kind of struggle to get to there. I feel like you want the entire experience, or you enjoy the entire experience a little more if you can see it in person. So that's why we're going to switch over Carnivores Plus. And another little special announcement is that we're going to try doing double feature Fridays from now on. So we're going to be doing a Carnivore series, as well as, I generally release them at 4 PM Eastern, but it'll see varying depending on times. I'll probably just stick with that unless somebody has requests for a certain time they prefer. But we're also going to do some videos on the Hunter Call of the Wild in a few hours after this one goes up. The reason being is because I have referenced the mechanics and systems in that so much, it only feels fair to properly show off what I'm talking about with an example you all can see easily. Well, that, and I do enjoy hunting games, you can probably notice. So, all the technical talk is once again done. Thank you guys just once again for all your help, and let's go into Carnivores Plus. Now, what we're probably going to do today is just simple run-of-the-mill starter stuff. So, Woods of Turan Chalks will be our first map we're going to hop into. A mild climate and good range of sight make this a great beginner's map. This was the first area explored on the new planet. Turan Chalks, named for the captain of the science vessel to discover the planet, is a hilly wooded area populated by a variety of dinosaurs. That's on Novice, so that's exactly what our skill set is. Despite all the experience and all the mods, I still feel like a novice when it comes to Carnivore, so it's good to always start again from the ground up. We'll go after Parasaurolophus with the shotgun. I mean, I do love me good archery, or even just the X-bow, crossbows, etc., but we'll have to get that in time. It will come. You guys should know I'm the archery nut, or I have an archery affinity, so that'll come in time. And we'll do double ammo, just that way we can work ourselves slowly and easily into things. Everything looks pretty good, though, so I think we're ready to hop into the hunt. I just got to, let's see, lower you, forward, bingo. I can actually see the whole screen now. Still getting a little used to things. This is actually the first recording setup since I was able to really get the cover for the mic and the proper pop filter, so audio may be a little iffy here and there, still trying to figure it out. Let's face it, you don't come here for professionalism quite yet. We're building our way up. But all said and good, so let's hop into a hunt. Okay, so we're all loaded in here now. We got the simple shotgun out, and everything's looking pretty nice and quiet right now. Now, Carnivores Plus is basically sort of like a remaster of the original Carnivores with a few added features like certain trophy animals and different maps and just more basically remastered and improved. No reply, although we are on a sizable landmass, so we'll probably start just going to the east here. Because I think, if they're on the smaller islands, I don't think they'll actually go across the water unless you really, really find a way to force... Oh, hello. You're a Compsognathus? Well, nice to meet you, little buddy. I know there's Gallimimus about. There's the Moss Chops, the Dimorphodons. Oh, and Pterodactylus. So there's quite a bit of ambient variety on the maps already. I do have to say, I always like the... kind of a nice mix of wildlife, makes them feel more alive. What? Oh. Ooh. Well, aside from here and a few things making a lot of noise, we'll just proceed forward and see what we can find. I don't know where we'll find the parasaurs. They are generally a very skittish animal, so it might be a little hard getting close enough. No, I did hear something. I'm still trying... I actually tried recording a video before, and I had edited the balance in the headphones here, so I wasn't sure if it was to the left or the right I would hear things, and that is incredibly difficult to make, or it's a big challenge to do a hunting game with, because you really need that sound direction to be, well, apparent, really. Okay, it sounds like we're actually going in the right direction, though. It seems straightforward, so... straightforward into the water. I'm definitely going to have to... oh. Actually, we weren't too wrong off. The only problem is... how can we... I don't want to try walking because of the hearing. Ooh. I'm actually improving. Well, either that or it's a lucky shot, but still, look at the range with that one shotgun hit. So we've managed to get our first dinosaur, and didn't take too long at all, actually. I dare say I am improving. Well, we got our first parasaur, so we'll just kind of go walk up and see. This is basically the OG, very first animal you generally will hunt. Well, unless you decide to get a little trigger happy with whatever starter weapon and whatever poor ambient animals nearby. But there is our first parasaur taken down nice and easily. Just going to adjust you a bit. Oh. Okay, I guess it was just a bit of ambience. I thought it was almost something like a raptor-like screech. But here we go. Yeah, just resting nice and easy. Again, this is as true to the original Carnivores as they could make it, so that's why they are a little more bland when you compare it to some of the other mods and the animals and that on the roster there, but it still fits very well with the overall art style and theme of Carnivores. So we got our first one. Let's see, maybe we'll keep going east. East seemed to work pretty well for this first one. And what should I talk to you guys about while we're just kind of killing a little bit of time and roaming around? Well, how about what series we'll start doing a little more with? Because alongside Carnivores Plus, we're going to be doing that Call of the Wild. We're probably going to be doing a DLC map that just came out recently, so it's completely new to me, so it's a lot of stuff that we're going to explore together with it. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to bring back Dino System for Dino System Saturdays. I want to kind of keep the survival team a little more present on the channel, because, I mean, we're basically named after it, so we want to keep that at least with some presentation or some representation on the channel, so... Dino System will probably be back... Oh, Lord. We stumbled onto a couple of them. What's weird, though, is I didn't hear a reply, though. Oh, that was just you. I guess a little hop and screech. Oh, cool. We'll be on our way, because we actually have, not exactly the mother lode, but at least 2 animals, which is sometimes rare to find at once in a Carnivores game. But we'll do Dino System on Saturday. Hopefully. Oh, are you following me? Where are you? No, you're just staying back there. Okay. But yeah, Dino System tomorrow, and then Sunday we're going to be doing more of the SurvivalVis demo, because I barely scratched the surface of it. Well, okay, I went through and kind of showed off all the stuff we could craft, but there is so much more included in the game, and it's shaping up to be really good. There's one thing I found that maybe it's a little hint of something that may be included. Probably not, but I really hope it is, because that, as soon as it's included, it adds anything to a game. It adds a nice extra little bit to, ooh, that's pretty cool. You guys will probably know it as soon as I bring it up on the video, or whenever I do get around to the video, but it's shaping up to be a very, very good survival game coming forward, or coming up next. I mean, it already started with a good base because of how the Escapists, if you've... Granted, I've never played, but I have watched a bit. There's a lot of in-depth systems with, like, some crafting and ideas there. It looks like it's mostly carrying forward, which is pretty good. So we'll get into that soon. Oh shoot, you saw me, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Okay, well, the ambient wasn't the callback I wanted, but I did get another parasaur call, and oh, it looks like we're coming up to almost like a little, I don't want to say an outlet, although technically it kind of is, so we may be lucky and have one kind of forced into a little area it can't get out of here. And when you're starting off with just any of the mods, or carnivores in general, it does help to not make use of the environment. Let's not call it exploiting it, but just make use of the natural terrain that's available. Okay, so there's that one there. Oh, there's one. Oh. You can one-shot these, apparently. I did not know that. Okay, I think as awesome as that was, I think that goes to show how terrible of a shot I am in every other game. If we could one-shot something with the basic weapon, and it's only taken me this long through so many series to actually do it. But, oh, okay, that makes you... That's a nice high to ride. Okay, so if we got you down, we just gotta go a little further, and we have seen the other one kind of panicking around back here. So if we can catch up to it and get another shot, maybe even 2 or 3, because we still have the ammo for it. Oh, speaking of, there it is. Okay, don't want to try getting too close. Yeah, this is all... Oh. I am on God. Oh, man. 2 in a row one-shot like that. Actually, okay, I think I might have reloaded already, but I'm not entirely sure, but... Oh, that feels so good to do. I guess I just... Well, actually, I know something that's probably already been against me, is that I've never really been super patient with some things. I guess because carnivores, it's harder to know exactly where you're lining the shot up. You don't take the time as much as you should. But if you do, damn, you can take them down quick. I heard something else around us, but I'm pretty sure it was just ambience. I wonder if there's even another one on one of these islands on the map, like... Well, it's kind of hard to see with the green circle that's around us, but a lot of these little islands and just... Well, islands, that's all they really are. There could be one on any one of those, and because they're such a tight little thing, the animals don't actually really want to swim or go through the water. Oh, excuse me. So all they'll do is basically circle around on a map, so you may be able to get lucky and go get them, but we'll have to try to see. For now, though, we just want to... I guess we're kind of already back to where we've been, so we'll try on another call and see. Does sound like straight up ahead might be another one. So what I think we'll do is look at just getting across and seeing if there is one on this little island here. I just gotta make sure not to drown, because this would... I don't want to ruin this run already, because this could be enough points to get another animal, or maybe... Well, I shouldn't go that far, but at least another animal. I was thinking maybe we could get 2 unlocked on the roster, but... I don't think there's one back that way. I think that was just ambience we heard. And I say that, although it sounded like the reply was back from this way. I don't. Let me go up to the top of this little island here. Once we get up on this hill, we can get a nice little vantage around sea, just in case of wherever it may be. Again, I thought I was improving... Oh no, that's just the Brachiosaur. I was trying to say, what the heck are you? But you're not something we can worry, or we don't have to worry about. I think that's bigger than just we... No, it sounded... Again, it sounds more often that it's behind me. So I'm wondering if it's on one of these 2 here. No, there's a little compy doing a little jump and dance for us. Okay, so we got a Moschops over there. I didn't really see a Parasaur called in. I'm pretty sure I have the view range up to max as well. At least I think. it's kind of hard to tell unless you've actually done it, or you're using a limited. I may have to adjust that in the settings after this episode, but I just like having the max view range just because of how the render distance can work. Sometimes it feels like the animals know you're there before you can even see them. And because there's not a tracking system in any Carnivores games, you can't really figure out if there was something there or not. Okay, again, it sounds like that was back behind us, but or maybe it's just ahead of us and far away. It could be either or, but one thing I will mention is that the maps, well, so far the map is very smooth. It has not had an issue where I feel like I've been unable to get up something that felt like I should have been able to easily. It's smooth, you can just walk up and down hills, no problem. There's not like super steep slopes or terrain collision to really worry about so far. I think we're actually going away from the calls. So it might have been back to the south of us, actually. We are approaching another... Oh, what are you? Oh, you're the Pterodactylus. Okay, it just look quite a bit different than what I was used to seeing. Okay, I am very confused. It definitely sounds like somewhere to the right there may be one. So maybe we'll do a little bit of a swim over to another island and see what we can find. I think maybe one more and then we'll wrap this episode up, because pretty successful start if I'm honest. We've taken down 3 animals, 2 single shot kills, which I guess I gotta have a little more faith in I can line up the shots. It's just that I have to be a little more patient in that as long as you feel them, they may be good. Like, that's one of the things that if you ever try playing a few shooters is you almost have to get this feel of whether the shot is right or not. And it's one of those gut feelings when you do have it, you just know it. And we're going to say hi to little Moss Chops as we walk on by. Brachiosaurus just enjoying a little rest in the water. So I guess we got to go back to sort of the main island or landmass here. Now, are you watching us, or are you just kind of giving a derpy look? No, just kind of a little derpy look as it's eating. Okay, and coming on over to see you, chubby pupper. I'm not even sure what I should call you. I guess just a little waddling around doing his own thing. Okay, just ambience. Yeah, I don't hear anything else, and the wind may be okay, the wind's definitely going to be a problem against us, but if we can be smart, which is something I know I rarely do, but we'll try. If I can be smart, we may be able to get at least one more if we can find it. That's sad, that may be easier said than done. We're just going to do a little bit of a run, just because we have a lot of ground to cover back to more familiar territory where we seem to be getting the calls from. Yeah, I definitely feel like we are pretty far off from anything. Generally, even if the calls were faint, we were still getting them, so more than likely I went a bad direction. I'll have to redo the balance on my headphones and just keep it at default, because that seemed to work for us for a while. Okay, it sounds actually pretty close from where we are here. I don't think it was on that island. But it may be back over here where the other parasaur... Now, I may be mistaken, but it almost seems like the call is coming from where we got the Trank Parasaur up here. I don't think it should be, but it almost feels like it. I think the true test will become once we pass it, because it does, again, seem like it is almost directly this direction. So let me just call it from, say, right here. And if it sounds like it's to the left, then I think we know it is from the one we took down. It might actually be from the sleeping parasaur. It might just be a little bit of a bug with the game. Oh, or it could be from that one, too. Look, we're just going to try to get beyond these two, because maybe that's why we're going in circles a bit. Oh, or was there something... I saw something near the water there for a moment. It sort of feels like it is from just these guys and them being tranquilized. Unless maybe there's a... No, because we only got the two of them. I thought maybe if you get so many, then it would kind of reset and they'd start again, but I don't think that's it. It just feels like it's leading us back to them, but you know what? We've had a pretty successful hunt, so let's just end here before we screw that up. So we'll see how many points we got back from that. Okay, so we're back here in the menu now, and oh, we got a lot of options actually. Like, I mean, if we take off the double ammo, we can't really afford the X-bow, but we could add on something like the Packy. We actually almost did unlock 2 animals we could have active on the roster. So we may do the Packies and go for next week and just do this one and slowly go one at a time and take our time with Carnivores Plus. But for now, we will end the episode here. Thank you guys very much for joining me on another episode of Carnivores. We are going to keep Carnivores Plus going probably until we can, again, show off all of the dinosaurs on the roster. Though, that 1,000 may take a while to hit. At least the good news is we only have the 3 weapons, so it's not going to take too long for those to be able to show off. But everything's looking good, so hopefully I'll catch you in the next episode coming up very soon, or maybe I'll see you in Call of the Wild once we get that recorded and we start that series as well. But until then, survivors, please remember as always to take care and stay alive.